mean, you even got Obama back there, so I better be ready.
I've got everywhere. There's like a full studio back here. I've got the president, the ex-president supporting me.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Entire crew, Johnny. Don't tell anybody, but I've got an entire crew behind the scenes. I got my fancy microphone. Let me see if I can show you my fancy microphone.
Holy smokes, look at that. I'm digging it. I love that sucker. That thing looks like a missile.
Hey, Johnny, that's actually my son's. He's a DJ, so I needed to have some proper... So it's like serious. Hello, Katie.
Hi.
Can you guys hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you great. Yep.
Introduction. This is badass Johnny Richardson in Vegas. I got the awesome, glamorous Katie in Vegas. Guys, I love Vegas. I probably come at least twice a year. For many reasons. I come there for, seminars and conferences. And then also my family, even my kids, love to come because of the MGM or the Mandalay Bay. There's some nice hotels there with water parks. And I don't gamble at all. I'm not a gambling man at all. My gambling is kind of like my investment portfolio, Katie. That's it.
Yeah.
But I just love Vegas. Vegas is special. It's fueled by the green.
That's right.
Fueled by money, baby.
Yeah, money. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, in a lot of the parks and everything, you're not going to see that for a little bit. As far as parks or even casinos, it's going to be a minute out here, definitely.
Definitely.
So tell me about that, guys. And you guys can talk over each other because you're a couple. By the way, guys, yes, Johnny's taken. Katie's taken. This is a duo that I would not mess with, because Katie, I know Johnny. Johnny, you're badass.
Yes, he is. He definitely is.
Yeah, I would not like to go against you on the street or in a negotiation. Because Katie, I think this guy will not bow down. I think you're gonna have a bell in your hands because he's gonna win, right, Katie?
Yes, I agree with that. He's definitely a shark.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I like that. Absolutely. And when I was in Vegas, Katie, and I was working with Johnny, I was managing an office out there. And I got to meet this. So let me go back to it quickly for me about Johnny, Katie. I've told you this when I stayed at your place when I was in Vegas. They kept talking about this guy, Johnny, from the East Coast. And Johnny, I just want to tell you something so you can know this. They called you the Jersey boy.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, what's a Jersey boy? Because I don't know. I've been here for 27 years, but a Jersey boy? Or they say, those are guys from the East Coast. They've got kind of this flair, this flavor about them. I'm like, okay. And they're very aggressive. So I'm like, okay, great. I get to meet Johnny because he's kind of around, and he was also a rookie of many awards because we kept having these big lunches at Caesar's Palace. And there was this young guy, Johnny, and he was there. And Johnny, listen, I want to be very transparent with you. I thoroughly enjoyed you. Katie, I thought he was awesome and epic, and I loved everything about him. The lawyers, however, were like, oh, he's too outspoken, too much on social media. I'm like, but that's good. He's getting the job done, isn't he?
Yeah.
Johnny, now look at you. Almost 2 years later, now look at you, badass.
Well, there you go. Speaking of not letting down, no, 100%, because I didn't let down then. No, absolutely. And the feeling's mutual, because when we met each other, we blended. I was like, this guy's awesome. And no wonder you were in a tight suit like the rest of them, so you got out of there. So the rest of them weren't catching my vibe or anything else, what I was doing, because it was all about creating an audience and pay attention to me and so on and so forth. Like you said, that Jersey type guy.
Yeah.
It worked. It worked, and it got me known on the map when I wasn't anybody. So in real estate, they were just like, who the heck is this guy?
You were a renter, my friend. You were new to Vegas. You had to make a mark. Also, again, Johnny, what I liked about you is you're actually making a legacy. See, they don't get that. A lot of these archaic, old school brokerages and real estate professionals, the old timers, they're gone. We're in the 21st century. This isn't 1997 anymore. The bottom line is, Katie, Johnny's a threat to them.
Yes, definitely.
What they don't realize is he's yet to build his legacy, Katie. He's not yet to play games. You know, it's symbiotic, of course. He's not gonna, he doesn't want to beat you to the street, but he's going to beat you to the game. That's for sure. And Johnny, shame on them. But that shows you their limited beliefs that they have. They're like this, you know?
Yeah. Tunnel vision. No, without a doubt. No, 100%. That not for nothing. There aren't too many out there that can take me for too long anyway. So either way.
Dude, don't you can exclude me out of that. I'm for you. I want to quickly go to Katie. Johnny's from East Coast, right? You're in New Jersey. Johnny, can you give me a quick background of who you are and then land up in Vegas? And actually, Katie, let's go to Katie first. Ladies first, Johnny. Is that cool? Of course, ladies first.
Cool.
Katie, give us a brief background.
Ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they call it the Desert Rose of Vegas. Well, Johnny's got it. Her name is Katie. The Desert Katie of Vegas.
That's right.
I love it, Katie. Oh, both of you guys, you're scary, man. You guys are dominators. Katie, take us back to where you came from, how you landed up in Las Vegas, and how you got to where you are today.
I was going to Mississippi State before I moved here. My sister actually came out here for spring break and had this crazy idea that she wanted to move to Las Vegas. So I just went on her crazy journey with her, moved here, and then now I've been here about 16 years. So I call Vegas pretty much my hometown now.
Right. And how did you land up in real estate in Las Vegas? Because 6 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, definitely. So I've only been in real estate for about a year and a half now. So it's something that I was always interested in. I wanted to help people. Some of my friends got into real estate. I found it super interesting. So I got into it about a year and a half ago and then just took off from there.
Wow. So Johnny, be careful, my friend. That's like competition right there.
Well, that's why to bring her into the Richardson group.
It's like head on, buddy.
Yeah. Either she's going to take me out or I'm going to have to join forces.
Exactly. You made the right choice. You made the right choice.
And I loved your home. When I came and stayed at your home, Katie, I could see the class, the quality. And I mean, I was at some seminar, and then I arrived at your place, say around about 11. You guys were still out. I think it was like close to midnight, Johnny. You and Katie rocked in. I'm going, what do you guys do? That you're out to midnight. And you were at some kind of special mastermind. Johnny,
yes. I do remember that. Was that a synergy?
Yeah.
That
was the leadership group we were a part of for 6 months.
Yeah, so we did a transformational leadership group last year to take ourselves and just stretch ourselves to another level. And I'll tell you what, I mean, this group, when you think about like poking into emotions and dissecting yourself and just put yourself in uncomfortable scenarios, I mean, that's what it was for 6 months. Very uncomfortable. But I believe you need some of that. You need to be shaken up to take yourself to other levels, because we don't get other places by doing the same thing over and over again. So when you came down, that was towards the tail end of it. I'm thinking off the top of my head.
It was. I think I think it was the very, very end of it.
It was pretty close to it. And a friend of mine, another business owner, a lot of this all happens from networking. I was like, hey, I was in this program. I went through, I recommend everybody. And the funny part is another friend told me about this guy, said, if you ever meet him, he will ask you to get into a program. And the sure started, I go through the program, we graduate the program, spend 6 months of our lives in there. And it really goes back to, as far as values, it goes back why you tick the way you tick. It goes back to why you want the things that you want, what's important. And it dials you in. I mean, it does. So when you think about business and why you're doing what you're doing and your true passions and even getting more passionate, I mean, it takes you to another level. It's crazy.
Katie, does Johnny need more passion? I mean, how do you feel being next to this diehard, committed?
Yeah, I love it. I love it because he's so passionate about everything. So it helps me be passionate about everything, you know? So we have the same core values and we want the same things. So
I always see you guys together. Is that like real life?
Yes.
Yeah, guys. Yes, every day. No, I'm teasing.
What a lucky guy. What a lucky guy.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, trust you. I'm sure a lot of guys are complaining.
Yeah. No, 100% I'm teasing. So yeah, it's definitely the real deal. We wake up together, we work out first thing in the morning together. Right now, it's a little bit different with our current situation. We're both working at home, and I decided after 3 weeks to come back to the office. So that's the amount of separation. But as you can see right now at this current moment, I still can't get away because this is a Zoom call with her today.
Right.
So
Can't
either
get
way,
away from me.
still connected.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, definitely 100%. And we've both been fortunate because human beings are human beings, and we tend to drive each other nuts in certain things. But
Definitely.
considering the fact, Katie and myself, that we haven't killed each other or even gotten close with a little bad argument,
Life
we've
is
been
perfect. Yeah.
yeah, best friends.
He's like,
Yes,
I look at
definitely.
Katie like she's a bank, you know. So she's a bank, Johnny. The bank needs to be filled, but it was love. So every
That
day
is
the bank's
correct.
empty. Every day got to work at filling the bank with love. That's my wife. So Kate, I also have a gorgeous blonde wife. Oh, and I love her. She's my pillar. She's my ambassador. She's my soundboard. And honestly, this lady doesn't do business, Johnny and Katie. But man, she can just instinctively tell me what's up, what she thinks in her opinion. And I didn't listen to in the past. Now I'm like, wow, what do you think, honey? How should I proceed? She's really quite dynamic in the sense of when it comes to intuition.
See, honey, did you hear that? He listens to his wife. Did you hear that?
What did you say?
Did you hear that? Yeah.
What? What?
So the Richardson Group, how long have you guys formed this entity?
The Richardson Group, it was a process just before Katie and myself met. And I'll be honest, the wheels were just like anything. You're building something in the beginning, nothing starts off perfect. It all takes work. So I was just in the beginning stages of really figuring out where it was when Katie and myself met, which was around February of last year.
Okay.
So you have February last year that we had met, and there was like, okay, we're going to work together. And obviously we're a lot more than dating now. We're getting married.
Yeah.
So
congratulations.
yeah.
I saw that. Well, there's a beautiful person. Katie, he's such a rock star. He's just awesome. He's, you know,
he is. He has a vibrant personality.
Yeah. But he's also got an elegance about him. You know, he might be like a rocket flying through the atmosphere, you know, through space. However, there's still a little bit of, he's like Elon Musk. He's still got class. He's not that nerd that's just kind of, you know, hidden in the background. He's like at the forefront, on the front lines. So
that's for sure.
And Johnny, you wear suits. I love that, Katie. When I came to Vegas, I mean, he would rock around looking like money. And to me, that's very important, Johnny. Even though I live in Southern California, you know, I'm not going to rock him in flip-flops. And trust me, I've seen guys rock up in jeans and Hawaii shirts to Broker Preview, and I'm like, that's embarrassing. You know, that's when you are handling people's biggest assets in their lives, you don't rock up mediocre. You rock up like $1 billion, the B word %.
Yes. No, 100%. You're definitely, me personally, I have an issue with getting in the zone if I'm in casual clothes. I've had people say like, hey, just come in. It's okay. It's a Sunday. Come in casual. I'm like, I'm coming in suited up. I mean business.
Right.
I mean,
you were at home suiting up during the quarantine.
I was. Yeah.
Yes. This is business, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I won't lie. I'm like, I'm home. Okay, today I can funnel through this first, second day of quarantine. I could be in shorts. Oh man, that lasted hours. I got up and I'm like, ready to go. Let me all right, now I'm good. I'm good.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I cannot get in the zone. I believe 100% you will feel and act the way, how you're dressed, however you're carrying yourself. I mean, if you go to a party and you're in a suit, you're going to act a certain way. If you go there in flip-flops and shorts, you're there for a barbecue and you're going to put down 10 Budweisers or whatever. And you're going to have a whole different attitude. I really believe that sincerely. So yeah, I think that's a huge part. If you're in business, you're expected. And funny story I'll give you is back in New Jersey, before I came out to Vegas, naturally, I worked in a timeshare company. There's a gentleman, Chuck Bowman. So Chuck, I was a younger guy. I'm coming into timeshare. There was a Sunday meeting with all the sales reps. I was like, I'll come in casual. He didn't say a word to me. But that Monday morning meeting, he said, let me make myself clear. He goes, if you ever come in here with casual clothes in a business setting, you can turn around and look for another job. And he never said anything direct, but it was very clear the people he was talking to. And the funny thing is when I go think about maybe today can be casual, his voice still goes through my head. That exact voice, it goes through. Chuck brings in, he's like, be professional. That's what's expected. No, 100%. It's one of those moments that just stuck with me forever.
So, Katie, it kind of makes sense now why Johnny is so adamant he's going to close the deal. His background training. I thought that was just...
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I thought there was
just had so much training.
Yeah. So expand on that, Katie. Now that you know him better, expand on Johnny's mindset and how that's helped you, your relationship moving forward in business.
Yeah, Johnny's work ethic is amazing. I mean, he wakes up every morning at 5 o'clock. He doesn't stop until he doesn't come home till 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Just, yeah, everything that he's put into just reading, his self-development, his skills in real estate, just everything is just amazing. He spends so much time putting systems together. Just everything that he does, he just spends so much time on it and just really educating himself.
So he's not at the casino gambling, at the bar
No.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
I tried it a couple times. The return wasn't great, so I decided it won't work. I got to go back to the grind.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's when you realize you're losing. You don't like to lose. You like to win. It's like, hey, this isn't my game.
Yeah, I can't negotiate with this machine. It's not listening to me.
Absolutely.
You hear what I'm saying?
You don't understand the words coming out of my mouth. So Johnny, let's go back with you because you came into real estate and you literally just took off. And kind of give us an idea of how that happened, or like why that happened. Kind of encompass a whole big story there because you took off, man. And people, you were this new guy, but you were the talk of the town.
Well, I really believe it was a large combination. It definitely was. As far as when I came over into real estate, at that time I was my first 2 years of working for myself in the insurance business. So I knew what it took to be would take to be a business owner in real estate.
Okay.
So taking those same tools and applying those when most people in real estate are coming from the casino, they're coming from Friendly's or wherever, and they don't have a business mindset. So I was programmed that way, but at the same time, I was extremely hungry. I just got done closing 2 offices in the insurance business, and I definitely took a hit. So I was at an all-time low. So I was really good at standing up and looking myself in the mirror and saying, you know what? Who cares? It might be rough, but whatever happens here forward is going to depend strictly on you, and you're going to make it happen. And when I went in with a handful of skills that I had learned about being a business owner and being as hungry as I possibly could, that's when I walked into real estate. I ended up with my first real estate commission check before my license came in.
No,
I was paid.
Of course, Katie, of course.
Of course.
Yes. So,
can't expect anything different than that.
Johnny, I expect that now that you say it, but Katie, honestly, that's unheard of. Really.
Yes, it is unheard of.
I know
it's crazy.
I know you have no sphere of influence in Vegas. I know that. You had to make that sphere of influence. This is in Vegas, right? Or was this back in New Jersey? Or was it
in Vegas?
Okay, so Katie, we know Johnny. He's got zero sphere of influence in Vegas, but he's the kind of guy who'll beat the street. He'll go out and have conversations and so forth. So Johnny, this isn't like it's your backyard, your high school buddies, family members, ex-associates. Come on, Johnny, you literally, whatever tricks you pulled out of your sleeve, my friend, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I had. I said, okay, the few people that I know, I can work the crap out of this. Yellow horn so loud, everybody will know. They'll just hear Johnny Richardson. My tagline, if you remember back then, is Johnny Richardson, the sexiest real estate advisor. So people
recognize I love it.
That.
Just say it again. Johnny, say that again.
Johnny Richardson, the sexiest real estate advisor.
Oh, God. He loves it. He loves it.
Oh, Johnny, Katie, that's one of a kind. Again,
it is one. It's definitely one of a kind.
Another thing I've never heard before. I might have heard that, but when I was in leadership, so I probably didn't pay much attention to it because it's kind of, hey, Johnny, sometimes we ignore the facts and the truth because it's better that way. Let the lawyers do it. Katie, I remember we'd have closed door discussions with lawyers because Johnny was just kind of so outrageous. And here's the thing. Secretly, I was endorsing Johnny. I'm playing the PC, politically correct, because that's my comfort zone. That's to protect me because that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, I was secretly endorsing John. Like Johnny's ass. He had cardboards, he had car banners and of him.
Yes, exactly.
American flag speedos. He was gone.
Yeah. Love it.
Much attention. You have I'm saying this on the broadcast forever, Johnny. I was for you, my friend. I was not against you at all. I was so for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and that's what it took. It was one, I have fun just being out there and outrageous. It is a good time. But I was like,
it, Johnny. Hey, Katie, am I right?
Is what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
People love it, right? I mean, especially.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they love his. For sure.
How did you cross paths with Johnny, Katie?
His best friend Ray, he's a lender here in town. So Ray found me on Facebook, reached out to me. I went down to meet him. He was hoping to recruit me to use him for loans, and then Johnny actually shared an office. Like Johnny's office was behind Ray's office, so he walked me around, which was their whole plan that I found out later. Was their whole plan in the first place. So.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I love Johnny. Katie, he's speechless for once. Look at that, Katie.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it was.
Katie, you caught Johnny in the act.
It wasn't as much a plan. I think it's more of a system, I would say.
Yeah, you guys definitely had a system going on for sure.
Yeah.
Johnny wanted you, and whether we like it or not, and how he did it doesn't matter. He got what he wanted.
Yes, that's for sure.
Got what he wanted. Johnny, you're at a new brokerage, and I'm glad because I'm all for you. By the way, being in leadership, we need to endorse and support our agents, and a lot of time it isn't that way. They'll preach it, but they'll preach it, Johnny, but they don't believe it. They'll tell you one thing, but they actually have a different agenda. They mean something else. Where I've done well with my leadership is I've always endorsed and loved on my agents. I've always just, because it's not me. I don't wear their shoes. So, and agent needs me. That's why I'm in leadership. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, Johnny, what made you transition to this new brokerage? Of course, you started a team with Katie. And how have things been for your business with this change?
Well, what initiated it, originally it was just real estate transactions. Had met with a gentleman by the name of Noah Herrera, which is also partners with Steve Hawks, and they're studs in Vegas. They're huge.
I've seen the billboard, like the 1% commission home sale, right?
That's Steve Hawks, correct.
That is scary, man. I saw them everywhere on the freeway. Big, huge billboards.
He's all over. Yeah, he's another guy. Steve's been in business for 30 plus years, that was their way of advertising. He went outside of the box, and he went ahead and did something no one else would do. So, and he went 1%, let me advertise by volume. So when I had met Steve, he seen what I was doing on a different side. I was putting myself out there, utilizing the social media, getting wild and crazy, and people were hating on it just like they did him. So he's like, hey, listen, this just sounds great. So
this is business. And it's truly like business. Yeah. Katie, I know Johnny's action-packed. I also don't believe he's a cruel human being. Explain to me that point of no return with Johnny. When do you know, because you know better than anybody else, that, oh yeah, you're pushing the buttons too far, and you better be careful, because I don't believe Johnny's a mean person at all. He might be action-packed like Hollywood superstar hero, but I also believe there's a really, really good person there as well, Katie.
Oh, definitely. Johnny loves to help people. He's definitely a good person, but in life, like he always says, to get really further in life, you have to take risks. So he's definitely a risk taker. So
yeah. I think it's
right.
It's that East Coast kind of culture. Hey, Katie.
Definitely. So just to grow bigger, I think you have to take risks. So that's what Johnny always does. It's not that he's had enough. It's just to grow even more. He has to take the risk of doing different things to grow his own business. So I think that's what he's always kind of done.
Well, look how you guys have accelerated in your success, because Johnny, why I know that is because of what you said, because I pay attention to your words, is you said unit driven. Okay, unit driven means company dollar or commission for you guys. For me, because I run brokers, it means company dollar. For you, it means commission, gross commission income. The more units you close, the more money you make. I'd rather close 100 deals a year than 7, because I'm out of the 7, exactly, out of the 7, I'll make 100,000. Out of that 100, I'll make $500,000.
Exactly.
You know, just take on the numbers, baby. The real estate is a unit-driven business. It's not a dollar-driven, but it's unit-driven.
Yes, 100%. And that's what most people don't get. More units is more referrals, to more sales, to more agents. You can have work in your operation that you can feed more inside their business, and it just goes on and on and on. It definitely is. But if you kind of, I want to say, I guess the best way to say is greedy, and say, I'm going to do 7 and I'm just going to pound everybody. Well, pounding 7 and just beating the crap out of everybody, I mean, you're only going to get so far. But if you take care of 100 people, spread out little slices of the pie, that's how we operate. As far as we help, we need to assist our buyers and sellers to get to their goal. And that's more referrals, more units, and so on and so forth. Everybody's happy.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Really,
yeah. Are you in case still in masterminds today? Do you guys still do a lot of mentorship and coaching and so forth?
Yeah, there's one that we opened up on our own platform over the last 6 months.
Okay.
And that's Agent 212. That's a private Facebook group through Facebook. So that we bring on many different speakers. You should definitely be on that show coming up. It'd be great to have you as a guest.
Thank you, Johnny.
Definitely.
No, 100%. So we're doing that where we organize. That's entrepreneurs across the board. That's realtors. That's lenders. That's insurance. Any business owner, anybody outside of a W-2 is some type of business owner. We have very pristine people speak on this platform. It's been very successful. And those are relationships we've spent building. We definitely have. So it's been, Elena's in conversations with, Elena Cardone is in conversations with. Yeah, so she would be one of our next guests that we're tightening up right now. We've had Albert Preciado, Bradley. I mean, we've had some big people on there. Well, so
you're in a hot market. Sorry, I didn't mean to, but Las Vegas is, if there's anything that's just run on business, it is Vegas.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Vegas is amazing. Most people get tunnel vision that come here. And it's like what we talked about in the beginning, the gambling, the casinos. I mean, Vegas, is a monster. There's so much out here it has to offer. If you're a business, you're an entrepreneur, the relationships, this place is a hub. I mean, how many people are coming in between conventions and meetings and making moves and looking to meet people? If you open your eyes and you're not afraid to, like Katie had mentioned, take a little bit of risk and put yourself out there, the relationships you'll make in this town are unbelievable. Just like California. I mean, you guys got everybody in your backyard. Same thing. If you reach out and stick your hand out a little bit, or not afraid to be whatever, I mean, you could make some amazing relationships. Growing up in Jersey, I would have never imagined, if you would have told me when I was 20 years old, I'd be sitting here right now having these conversations. I'd be like, you're smoking some ganja.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Those West Coasters, they're smoking too much ganja. I love that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on over here, for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The reason I'm fascinated by Las Vegas is because I've always wanted to be a hotelier. I've always wanted to be in the hotel business, developing, running, owning, not managing, but owning and developing and so forth. So that's also delving into commercial. So now I've got a couple of listings in the commercial world, Katie and Johnny. But I was very excited about Vegas. Just after 6 weeks of living there, coming from California, my wife and kids, and we were there during the July period when we relocated to Las Vegas. It was like your hottest summer in 20 years. I remember going out at night because we stayed in like a 5-bedroom, 5,000 square foot home in Vegas, because everything's big in Vegas, big homes, nice prices, affordable, good salaries. That's why I took the job. I had good salary, nice big homes, affordability, and there was abundance of jobs I couldn't believe. And everything was state of the art. Your DMV state of the art. Getting a transfer, everything state of the art in Las Vegas because it's so new that they implement everything that's new. The problem was when you have a wife and 5 kids that are at home all day long, they can't go out. When we lived on the beach, we lived like 100 feet from the beach in Newport Beach. And it was just a shock for them. And then when we did go out at night, we'd go to like Walmart or Target or dinner, whatever it may be, Cheesecake Factory down the road there in Henderson. We'd have to leave our cars running to keep the AC cool inside. And at 10 o'clock at night, it was just too hot. During the day, I'd be outside like having a swim. I could only be out there for 10 minutes. So there is a learning curve. Now I'm just saying, I was spoiled. Johnny. Coming to Vegas was a little bit of a shock. I did see the opportunity. It's just my family didn't. At the end of the day, my family called the shots, not me. So after 6 weeks, I landed up in a hospital from trans and global amnesia. It happens. That's another story. And then I had to come back to Newport, which is fine. You know me, Johnny. You know us, Katie. We'll make it happen. We will make it happen.
Yeah. No matter what place you're at, you could put you in the middle of Alaska and you'll be good to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm from the polar bears.
Yeah, exactly, Katie. I'm from the streets of Africa, so I've taken a few right hooks myself. So I know exactly what it's like to get up and either run. Sometimes they had to run, Johnny and Katie.
I'm sure.
Or fight back. But to be honest with you, I mean, nobody has a perfect life, but I've been knocked out twice in my life as a youngster. Once was in the streets of Johannesburg, knocked out, and once was by my apartment. So I lived in Johannesburg, which is a very, very, it's like in Los Angeles, but 10 times worse. It's probably even worse than that. I got knocked out, and when you get up, you don't fight that person back. There's a reason he knocked you out. You run. But anyway, just to get back to that, going to Vegas, it's more professional and more executive than that. And I really do miss that. I'm really sad that I missed that opportunity because I love the people. If you get to know a lot of the people weren't homegrown. They weren't from Vegas. They were from other states and cities, but they all had a passion for Vegas. And there was a big cultural movement towards sustainability for the people of Las Vegas. There was a big support there. Supported their ice hockey. Thank God you guys are doing so well. Now you have your own football team. That's going to also break record numbers because you know what Vegas is like. Anything to win, they're going to do it. And cost doesn't matter. That's what I like about Vegas. It's not about cost. It's about winning. That's Johnny's attitude. Johnny, Katie, I want to interview you guys again, maybe in the near future. Katie, I want to take away one thing from you in your growth of getting into real estate and getting your license and making people's dreams reality. what's the one thing that you don't see performed enough as a professional?
What I don't see performed enough, I would say people making real relationships and following up with those people.
Right. That's very good. Absolutely. That's our worst traits is a follow up and follow through.
Yep.
That's hard for us. Yeah, you nailed it, Katie. Johnny, diehard Johnny Richardson from the Richardson Group. If you want to contact Johnny and Katie, I'm going to have all the details in the description box below. I'm also going to have their social media sites. If you have anybody that's looking to buy or sell or invest in real estate in Las Vegas, this is the team, the duo. This is the diehard, committed, like no other real estate agent you can think of in Nevada to make your dreams a reality. Guys, I'm going to end it here. Before I end, Katie, thank you. You're amazing. I appreciate you so much. We will do this again. Johnny, give us that one thing that Johnny can leave us with as we are in this quarantine pandemic situation that none of us can really understand or explain at the end of the day.
As far as something, if I was to advise everybody on out there, and this goes if you're listening to real estate, mortgages, even if you're working for somebody, this, I feel you can look at this two ways. One is this is going to be rough. Let me sit around and drink and eat some burgers and wait out the time. Or two, what can I strengthen during this time while other people are eating burgers and come out of this a champion to where I'm smarter, I'm more educated. If you're running a business, your business is more dialed in. You're spending time. People have plenty of time. They could be doing 7 of these Zoom calls a day.
Hey, yeah.
That influencers, coaches, people want to give knowledge, because right now there's a lot of people out there that want to just help and assist people. And I've seen a lot of people, I've been surprised. I didn't know what to expect with this. I'm like, are they going to leverage it for money, or do they really want to help? And there's a lot of people with good intentions. There's so much help out there that while you're getting help as far as your rent, your mortgages, your electric bills, so your bills are low, you don't have distress, take advantage of everything you have, because I guarantee coming out of this quarantine, there will be some monsters that come out of it that just spent their time with their head down to the ground.
Katie, how remarkable is this guy?
He's so remarkable.
I know you're
amazing.
Yeah, I know, Johnny, I know Katie's remarkable as well, because
Yes.
she's a pillar, she's a strength in your relationship. Katie, I just love how he's so forward thinking.
Yeah.
You know, nothing scares him, not even an unseen virus. I mean,
that's right.
Johnny, I know you're protecting yourself. I know you've been smart about it, but also that you're making smart decisions. You're not letting fear grip you. You're not letting fear make you run for the hills. You say, okay, how can I work around this? So when this does eventually taper down, when that bell curve eventually kind of disappears or goes away into another season, that Katie, you and Johnny come out at the forefront. And I love it. Thank you so much. Johnny and Katie, I want to do another interview maybe in the near future. I really appreciate your advice and your sexiness on both Johnny and Katie.
Well, when you're right, you're right.
I love it. And I'm looking forward to many, many more conversations. And Johnny, whenever I'm in Vegas, I'm going to hit you up because you're the real deal. Katie, I know a lot of people. And guess what? When I reach out to the one guy that I kind of know but don't know that well, he lets me stay at his home.
I know. You're welcome here anytime.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Katie.
Our pleasure.
Cheers, guys.
You got it. Hey, you got it. See you soon.
Be blessed.
You got it. You